It's your boy Kara again. So, as you can see, I'm back in the Tower District. Not quite where I left off last time. Fortunately, due to technical issues, basically my crappy Wi-Fi, the recording stopped, and I'm here. I did in fact do a side mission, and basically just one main quest, which was literally picking up an item and turning in the quest. So not much has been missed. I think it's still okay to carry on from here. But yeah, unfortunately, Wi-Fi issues are a pain, and it did affect my video. But it's sorted now, and carrying on. I'm gonna carry on just where I left off. Not a good start. I managed to get an injury. So yeah, injuries are one of the worst things in this game because it basically just makes your character weaker. Different ways, depending on the injury, is what gets affected basically. So, right now, chest injury I believe is my maximum hit points, which I can double check that. But yeah. So my maximum hit points has been reduced by a moderate amount, which is quite a lot. So yeah, you don't really want to get injuries, but 2 injuries in the same place becomes severe, and a severe injury is not nice. You basically just you need to go get that sorted. So injury kits are good, but standing in a campfire for 30 seconds is also pretty good. Either way, getting rid of the injury is your best bet. Enough about injuries. So, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming for, or what level I'm going to get to be honest. We'll have to see about that, won't we? But, I don't know, 40 minutes is usually a good amount of time, due to, in that time, I get up quite a lot of levels. But we'll see. As we're going on through the game now, it's going to get increasingly difficult to level up. A bit more XP needed per rank, but we have things there to cater for that, such as the random dungeon queues, which basically guarantee one full level, and also astral diamonds, which is just amazing, because astral diamonds is your main currency in this game. Just to buy anything and everything. You can even trade it into Sen, which is currency that you have to pay real money for. So there's a lot of enemies here, honestly. Right, it's just the most difficult part of this is. So I'm actually just gonna use my ability on that. Yeah. Perfect. Well, I live close to a popular outside area, so a bit roundy right now, but I don't know what they're up to. Probably having a drink or two, yeah? It's a fairly nice day, not too sunny. People will do anything to get out. And I don't blame them. Okay. So I did mention how the ranger does get power with his melee abilities. I personally think they are pretty powerful. Early game, you're going to be looking at quite a weak character. Level 30 for me is where the game really starts. You choose a path. One of the two given to you. And that's where you really start to kind of build your character. And it also passively increases your character depending on what path you choose. So, for a ranger, it's quite obvious. It's damage or damage, but you do 2 different types of damage. You go full melee damage, or you can go bow damage, which you can also implement melee damage into the bow damage. So, it's personal preference, I'd say. pretty good. I can't wait to get a companion. A healer companion could be my best bet, but I'm also thinking the damage one. I don't find the damage to be damage companions. A tank would also be useful actually, so I could be long range, but we'll see. The thing as a healer companion is they're good to heal you, but you're still gonna get hit. And as a ranger, you kinda need something in front of you. Okay. There we go. So that may have been done there. Sorry about missing out the other quest, but it was literally just running to the person, so nothing too bad. Go speak to our boy Captain Jamos. Alright. I don't think I have anything. So I'm gonna stand in the campfire for just 30 seconds. It goes by really fast, and whilst I'm doing that, I'm basically gonna be choosing my attributes here, which is like the core to your character. Do not forget about these. So definitely going for dexterity. Critical severity, movement speed. Movement speed isn't really noticeable. Crit severity is pretty good. I feel like the ranger does do magical damage boost. So it's not good, but I'm going to go for physical damage anyway, because control bonus don't really care about, whereas stamina regen can be somewhat useful. Both are actually good, but I've just gone for strength in case I'm more physical, so I like that. No longer do I have an injury, so that's pretty cool. So my main objective here is really just taking out 5 of those big guys, which are actually really easy to take down. These guys aren't so much. So what was happening there? Oh, they're not dying. And I've got to get 5, nope, 8 supply crates. I was if it was 5, but there we go. 8 supply crates. Shows how long it's been since I really played for all this. At least properly. I never play for this properly. Either speed running or just, I don't know. Don't really make new characters too much. So you're gonna notice down there, some guys just spoken in the chat. Fortunately I didn't get there. Capture that in the video, but I got invited to a guild. So joining the guild has its perks. And if you're lucky enough, someone will just invite you. Doubt it'll be a high guild with really good boons and perks and all that, but I would join anyway just because you can do guild quests, get XP, people can help you out. So I don't know if they have any boons that I can showcase, so, but this is usually what it'd be. This guild has nothing. It's probably a fresh guild that have recruited me hoping that I'll help them out, which I could. Wherever I will, I don't know. Carrying on. Taskmasters are done pretty fast, but these drudges aren't, which is really odd because, yeah. See, I don't know if they ever fixed it, but I remember them saying, the developers, that the one red dot enemies, typical minor enemies basically, meant to be the weakest or somehow too strong. So I don't know if that was ever fixed, but I really don't feel like it. It's literally stronger than bosses. It's nuts. Okay, so we've got 2 more crates and 2 more taskmasters. Fun. Another crate right there. Grab that once these bloody drudges are gone. Jesus. Seriously. I wish I could play as a drudge. I would be the best tank class in the game, I'm not lying. Okay, So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to skip past these. I'm going to kill the Taskmasters and just basically just skip the rest. Can't be bothered. You can exit battle by just running so far away from them. Plus to these free roam maps, at least in dungeons and stuff, you can't do that, but yeah. I'll have a lot of them chasing me. My plan really is just run. You can't really run on a ranger, but I'm out here. I do have to kill spell-scarred commanders, so there is one on the way back. This is a race-specific quest. Beastmaster over there. Oh god, I didn't mean to grab these enemies. I've aggroed them. So the spell-scarred is somewhere here, but I think. I don't know if that'll count as my kill, because he's done all the damage to it. Wow. Okay. I've arrived a bit late for that one. Yeah. But sometimes people kill like all the enemies, even if they don't have to. Can be quite annoying because it's like, hey, I know how to kill that guy, and I bet you don't even have a quest for it. So I could die. That'd be embarrassing. Alright, there we go. Do heal out of combat, so that's good. Is that the guy who killed him? I don't know. Okay, so I had a lot of enemies on me right there. Hello, 13. That's a pretty good escape there. I've only got one. You can actually buy them on the auction house, so kind of just skip that whole quest. They do drop quite a lot, quite frequently, so that is good. Okay. Merchant Guild Hall is our next one. Straight up to level 14. Wow, I didn't even notice it. So, got Forest Ghost. That's good if I'm kind of about to die there. Just invises me, stealths it. That is actually pretty good also, but because I'm not with an ally, I don't have a companion, that isn't going to affect me. Don't know if it does affect me anymore with a companion anyway, so something I'll have to see. Okay, so this was a very short quest in my opinion. There's quite a lot of enemies though, but it's quite short. Well, I can't even bloody get through a door. What's going on here? Okay. So I don't know how the game volume sounded, but coming from my headset's quite loud. And I know changing these don't change the headset, but I'm gonna just lower it just a tiny bit because I feel like it could be just an inch too loud really. So that's what I've gone for now. Hopefully I can be heard a bit better. Streaming on Xbox isn't the best thing. I don't actually have a proper mic, I'm just using my headset. But you gotta do what you gotta do. These are just episodes for YouTube, so I don't mind too much. Come on, drudges. Damn. These guys take so many hits, like, Jesus Christ. I know I keep saying that, but they are such tanky guys. Okay. Lord Eye of Grumpshire isn't very tough, but he does call down a thing that kind of knocks me down on the floor, which is quite annoying. Okay, so I need to get the barracks key off this big ogre. Keymaster. Fuck. That's what I'm calling him. Pronunciation wise, I've probably butchered that. Ogre names and stuff, you know. Pretty sure they're ogres. Savages or whatever. Okay. Take out these enemies first before I move in there. That way it's just a one-on-one fight. Sometimes he can glitch and he just runs straight out the door. Most of the time he'll stay in there. Let me pick off the enemies and I can just walk in. It's quite nice. So, Forest Ghost is what I'm going to showcase now. And it's pretty cool. So I go in here and invis, and I basically can just damage him like that, and he can't see me. It's very good when you're about to die. Yeah, I do love that. So as you can see, blah blah blah, automatically strike a foe within 15 feet when I enter it, I think. So that's cool. Got some new blades. Which one is equipped? Okay, the better ones are equipped. That's good. I got a belt. That's my first belt, and 25% off any companion! Brilliant, except I don't want to buy one. Because it's real money. So, I'm not going to be doing that. 25% off a companion in a trade house. Now, if those things existed, that'd be pretty cool. Though companions can be as cheap as like 1k Astral, which is pips in this game. Okay. So I've moved on. This is like the second zone of the Tower District. It's like different sections. Most places have 3 different sections. And you can just tell it's a different section because usually the quest giver is a different person. And you're just in a different place. You like further through it. So, I don't think I have enough for this guy, do I? I have 2. I can actually just farm enemies by here. Just do it real quick. Well, I'll try. Okay, I've got 1 already. I wish my explosive thing done something bad. That equalizer. I completely read that wrong, but it's rubbish. So, oh, hey, Drudge. Okay, so I need 1 more. I don't really want to run up to Private Quickfoot because he takes me to like, the final section, you see, and having to run all the way back down to give him this quest is a bit of a pain. So, I've decided to finish up the quest here. Damn it, engraved bronze cup. That's so handy. I thought I had that. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up this quest. Then I'm gonna head up to Private Quickfoot. After that, Scout Galen is who we're speaking to. Do love Scout Galen. She looks pretty cool. There we go. So yeah, I'm thinking stream-wise, or video-wise even, 10 levels per video would obviously make that 8 videos. And when it comes to level 60, achieving 10 levels in a video is quite long. I mean, I could do it, but it's gonna take a couple of hours, probably more, a couple of hours, maybe even like 3, 4, 5 hours. Really depends. So I'm thinking, kind of splitting it to either doing one of two things, which is 5 levels, which still could be a bit high. Getting wrecked. Have a potion up. Or, instead of 5 levels, I could just do any amount of levels until I feel like I've finished the video. Maybe I've reached a new zone, or I've got a piece of gear, or done a dungeon I wanted to, and then I think, hey, just end it there. So that's kind of the plan. For now, I was going to try and do 10 per video, but I did forget that it does take a while to level, especially because I'm not leveling how I usually would. Usually I've got so many XP bonuses on that you level up. Probably could hit level 60 in a day, which is pretty insane, but I'm not going to be able to do that now. I guess I could play all day, but also watch a video that's like 50 hours long, you know. So that's that one done. Glad I done that. I could have bought some gear from him, which could have been better. I mean, I don't actually have a left ring or a neck, so, and I need a new chest piece. But I thought the XP was better, so that's what I went for. But I think when you're playing through, kind of just choose what's right for you. That's the thing with this game, is that you can try and follow good players as much as you can, but the whole game is just about building your character the way you want and making the choices that you want, even though it's not a very big choice game at all. It has like 0 choices on like gear wise and abilities and build and stuff. So okay, so I've got, there's only 3 more quests left of this place. It's not very long, I gotta admit. It's not very long at all, but it's been good. I do like the town district. So I'm gonna kill 3 more Grumsh warders. Grumsh? I think that's correct. Gonna collect 2 more battle plans, which this is the one I'm fighting for right now as a battle plan. Oh my, I sure do hate when enemies just pick up on you being there. Like, I don't want to fight you, but designed to kill me. Programmed to kill me, not designed. There we go. And as you can see, I still get those many arrow insignias, so I could still, on the way back, turn them into him and just get a bit more gear if I needed to. That's a savage ogre, so not a mess of a savage. They're pretty damn easy to kill. And the death sound, I love it. It's just, it's a sound of victory. Damn, they're all on me right now. Tower District isn't one of the best places when it comes to the fuse or music in Neverwinter, but if you start making it through the game, you realise that a lot of the fuse and a lot of the music is actually pretty damn good, and it kind of makes you just want to sit there for a bit or just take your time in the game, which is what I like about this game. Some of these areas I rush through so fast, like the graveyard, which is the next big place coming up. Is the graveyard? Well, it's within the next 2 zones at least, and I hate it. I hate the graveyard. It's just not my type of area at all. The quests kind of suck. but it's gotta be done. But there are places like Ice Spire Peak, nice snowy mountain with a big giant frozen there, and it is amazing. Honestly, I love it. So I've done that. Level 15 now. Level 16 already. Wow. So in the queue tab, I can in fact do a random dungeon. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna at least sign up for it because it does take, as you see, estimated 9.5 minutes. A lot of the time, they're done quicker, but they can take quite long because I'm a DPS. If you were a healer or a tank, you could get in these bad boys so fast. And as you can see, healer is needed the most, and you can tell because the roll bonus. Roll bonus is whatever class is needed the most right now. And they get extra astral diamonds for basically helping the group, for being there. So I'm going to join the selected queue. And I'm just going to play as normal. It is quite annoying when you're in a quest and you're like halfway through, or you're near the end, and it pops, and you're like, oh no, I've been waiting for this dungeon so long, but I'm in a mission. Always choose the dungeon over the quest, but it's an annoyance. So I kind of wish they had specific checkpoints for when you join a dungeon in a quest. It's kind of like, hey, you've waited, but don't worry, because it's a dungeon, you'll come back to it. I'd quite like that. Okay, there's 3 bosses in this quest. Kind of. They're boss-like enemies. There's only one real boss. There's 2 enemies that are quite boss-like. This is one of them. This is the first one. It's really easy. Honestly, he used to be a struggle. There was one day, or one time, in this game where he was a struggle. But there's also a time where he's a one-shot enemy. So Neverwinter really does change a lot. Sometimes for the better, and other times just much worse. But right now, how the game is, I'd say it's okay. It's quite fun, but definitely need a new class. A new class would definitely make this game a bit more populated and a lot more exciting right now. It is kind of getting a bit stale, but they're starting to release stuff on PC, so soon on the Xbox we'll get some stuff. That'll be quite nice. I think sometime in May is when the next, it's like a second part of the new Sharon Dark module. So my end game main, which is a trickster rogue, will be, or just a rogue now. That's what I'll be playing on. I should have probably made a rogue because that's kind of what I'm main. But I went for a ranger because I feel like starting off as a new player to the game, a lot of people would rather go for a multi-class rather like a bow and arrow and dual wield weapons than just daggers. But rogue is 100% a beast. He has the ability to stealth, and his stealth damage does like a ton more damage. So you stealth and you use like one of the abilities. That's where he's prime. So got this axe thrower here, just like hitting stuff for me. Like, leave me alone, man. Jeez, what's going on? Okay. Oh, perfect. So I'm putting on some better potions now because we've reached that kind of level. They do give you a free bag, and there's 24 inventory slots, which is massive. Used to be 12, and you used to have to do a fairly long quest. which they shortened it, but it's still a bit long. I mean, you end up being all 20 odd. You'd have a 12 slot bag. But now, I'm level 16, I've got a 24 slot bag, so not that I really need a bag right now, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the red bag, and then pick up this bag, and then make this bag first, and that one, so I have a bit more room going downwards. Okay, so if you're a ranger, you can kind of just not do the animation, just kill this guy. Not sure what the hell has happened, but there we go. So yeah, I can just kill this guy now. But as you can see, as I go to attack him, normally, the animation pops. It doesn't respawn him, it doesn't make his health come back. But enemies, I think, used to spawn at least, so it may skip that. Either way, it's just a cool little thing I like doing as a ranger sometimes. There's a few bosses in the game you can get a few slice shots on before the cutscene or whatever. Oh wow, I've looked at that new chest piece, it's looking quite nice, I gotta say. I'm liking the heavy half-orc look. I've always liked it. On something like a barbarian, a fighter, a paladin, it really just, it's just good. It's like godly, the way they look. But even on a ranger, they look good. I feel like the slim option in this game makes your character too thin. I usually pick toned, which is kind of like an average, but a bit of muscle. Yeah. So I picked up the cloak tower, which is the dungeon. But if I do end up getting in one, I'm pretty sure I'll end up getting in that one from the random dungeon queue. So that'll auto-complete. You don't have to turn that back in. Protector's Enclave. That's where I'm heading next. We finished here. I've finished here in the Tower District, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, it's kind of like a side storyline, but it's a 4-part quest. I guess you could say it's 4 different quests, but I like to just say it as a 4-part quest because it's basically 4 different quests for the same story. So yeah, that's very cool. It's like a bit of a, it's like a side mission, but it's kind of like an interval to the game. Like, hey, good stuff so far. I've got a little bit of a side thing for you. So that's what's happening next. I do also have this nest egg. It's a side mission on its own. And also, here we go. I have in fact managed to get the quest for a companion. I'm pretty damn excited about that because they just help so much. And yes, not all companions are the same. The start ones you get are not great, but it's better than nothing. You get 4 different types of companions to start off with. You get the man-at-arms, which is just a guy with his shield and a sword. He's your tank. Enemies will go for him, he'll aggro him. That's who I'm kind of edging towards. You got the apprentice healer. He literally just stays behind you, so you still take damage, and he heals you, and it's not the best, but he tries. So, he's okay. I think if you're like a tank class, or like a barbarian damage dealer, and you're running in there, he's pretty good. Though, if you're a tank class, you could also just go for like a damage, which is both of these here. Got the Wayward Wizard, he's more of a support damage. I don't think he really takes the aggro, but he does like he's long range, you know. He hits them from afar. Just like wizard, mystical abilities, all that stuff. Then you have a dog, which is just a black dog. It starts off as a puppy, and it grows as you level it up, because each character have different skins, you see. And at least used to be, as you leveled it up, the skin would change, but now you get a certain amount of skins depending on the rarity. So if you had a purple or an orange, which is like epic and legendary companions, or even the mythic, which is like a teal colour, then you'd have all the skins. But if you have a rare or an uncommon, which is green, or the one we get now, which is going to be a common, we're only going to get, I think, 1 or 2 skins. This is what I'll see now. So I'm going to pick the man at arms. We're going to speak. We've got to summon him. That's him. So that's the man at arms right there. He looks pretty cool. Different skins obviously make him a bit more tankier, whatnot. So I don't really know what to name him, so we're gonna name the boy Fred. Because Fred sounds pretty nice. Once you've done that, you basically name him and you back out of the menu. There's no like accept button. That's all he does it. Come to the companions, summon him. You don't have to worry about all this just yet. There he is. He's the Eager Defender. So we start off with just 1 skin. And I think when it comes to uncommon, you get that one. Rare, you get that one. And then you actually have to have a purple, which is epic, companion to get all the skins from. So kind of a bummer, but it kind of gives you something to look forward to. Though a skin doesn't really do much, but it does make your character look pretty badass. So we've got Man at Arms Fred. You do have to speak to this person, which, if you wanted to, you have a bit more options than what they give you. It does cost gold, but it gives you a chance to buy the ones that you didn't choose, and 3 new ones I think it is, which is the Sellsword, pretty cool, damage dealer, Colonized, pretty cool, and that Adbar Shield Maiden, which is kind of like a little midget, probably a dwarf actually, I don't think I should say midget, but dwarf, it says yeah, dwarf, there we go, and then that's the dog, that's the healer right there, and that is the Wayward Wizard. So, say market wise, obviously you can buy companions. There are some really cool looking ones, such as this lady here. She looks beast. And I do have ones that I could reclaim for free, like the Cholton Tiger. But I want to try and make this as free to play character as possible. You do get a quart. It gets you 1 refinement point. Is it worth it? Not really. I kind of wish they would give you some sort of runestone instead, because at least then it would do something. So we're gonna return this to Sergeant Knox, I think. Just before I do nest egg. I'm gonna do nest egg. Nest egg is just here in the sewer. We have to return to Sergeant Knox anyway. So we're headed in here. This is a little side quest you could do in here. Watch out for the trap. There's always a trap there.
Hello, friend.
It's called Finder's Fee. Hey. There'll be scrolls everywhere, really, that we gotta go collect throughout this quest. Collect the amount that's needed for the objective. And once we're out of this quest, this main one, we can turn in the side mission to a guy outside. I guess do a bit more XP. Okay, so these Kobold, I think they are. Yeah, they're pretty tough. Well, not so much tough, they die quite fast, but the damage is pretty good. Yeah, I'm low. So that's what I gotta watch out for. It's still on top, so I'm gonna pop those first so they jump down. Then I'm gonna focus on these ones down here. And run over here. These are hurlers, which are basically people that throw knives, so long range. They do a lot of damage. Just dodging around a lot here, taking a lot of hits. Okay, so I'm gonna push him. Use up some of those old ones. Getting lots of shards or empowerment, which is good in the long run when it comes to upgraded mounts, I think it is. You need quite a lot of them, like 150. But if you saved up, eventually you'd get them. I mean, I've got 5 and level 16, so time level 80, you're gonna have a good 40 or 50, I'm thinking. Don't quote me on that. Alright. Nearly there, nearly there. So, there's a little trick in here. It says new traps activated, and all around your room is going to be these kind of like saw things. See, I run through one there, pops up. Luckily, I dodged through it, so I didn't get injured. Didn't take any damage. But there's a little sneaky thing here where if you open that chest in the middle, he kind of does. I guess it's kind of like 2 different cutscenes. Opening this chest shows him running and being all like, hey, you can't get me. Spiders will come out. Or, this isn't really a cutscene, I guess, but you can just do the secret way, which kind of saves time. And you just go and kill the spiders. And then you open the chest afterwards, and no cutscene plays. So, it's really just a time saver, if anything. Literally a matter of 5 seconds. Okay. We got 2 chests down them. We got this one, which usually gives boots. Or an insignia. So there we go. We got the bone shard bindings. Much better than the ones I already have. Wow. I'll take that. As you're leveling your character, it's so important to make sure you got good gear. Because you could be level 20, fighting level 15s, but still dying. Because your gear's lacking. So, you'll see here, I've got level 8 item level hood. Not good. Usually I try to get at the bottom, it'll say requires level. And as long as that matches my current level, then I'm good. Look at that weapon, level 6, it's really low. And even if I'm not using my bow and I'm using my melee, it's gonna affect my damage if my bow is low. Because the kind of attributes there gives you 69 combo advantage. You know, it's not much at all. So I could get like, a piece of gear that could potentially have 100 of something, like this one here has 81. So if I had a level 16 piece of gear, it'd probably be around 90ish. As the melee was like level 13. So far I've managed to hit 5, I've got 5 levels so far in this video, which is pretty good. I think maybe after this quest, I'll call it as I'd have been 6 levels, so I'll be level 17. Well, I did have technical issues actually, didn't I? So I don't think it showcased one of my levels, but it was literally a very fast level. Either way, this is going to be the last quest I do of this video. And then episode 3, I'll be getting into the Joseph Linklater storyline, which is the 4 quests. And me personally, I find it quite an interesting storyline, because when you reach around 40, 50ish, you come to a place in which Joseph Linklater is at. You kind of see him again. And it's really interesting. So, that's pretty cool. Also, the quest aren't that long, so I probably managed to do all of them next video. And managed to probably complete a whole zone, which I actually think is Black Dagger Ruins. I believe that's the next one, after this kind of side story. And that's where I meet 7 Toes. So, he's a character. I'm assuming he has 7 Toes. And yeah, I don't know. It makes me curious. At first, when I thought 7 Toes, I kind of thought 7 toes per foot, but then I'm thinking he just has 7 toes in general, which is quite worrying, so. Poor guy. This guy is very easy to kill compared to like every boss in the game. This is probably the easiest one. Like, one of my moves just done 7k damage and he's dead. You know, it's pretty good. So yeah, he runs from you throughout the whole quest basically, and then you kill him at the end and he's really easy. Oh, look at that, that's perfect timing. I've literally just managed to finish the quest. I'm going to X out of here now. Hopefully it loads within 50 seconds so I can accept the queue. And here we go. I'm going to get a bit of a bonus then by the end of this video, if this works. It's going to be a dungeon run. So that'd be pretty cool. It will get me, hopefully, a whole level up. I mean, if I can just quickly turn this in now. Way! Level 17. People can just deny the queue, and it'll either make me accept straight away again if it finds someone, or I'll end up being waiting for just a while, so whether the dungeon will happen or not, not sure. The higher the level you are, the easier it is to get into these dungeons, mostly just because I just find higher up, they kind of prioritize you, and the higher you are, the more dungeons you have unlocked, so the more chances you have of just joining someone. So, there we go. I'm in the dungeon. I've accepted it. So we're in the Cloak Tower here. It's quite a decent length dungeon. Each dungeon is around 20 minutes long, I'd like to say. Though there can be ones that are like 30 minutes, and you know, I've spent hours in dungeons before with just terrible crews. It's a new dungeon, under geared. Had some guy disconnect, but as you can see, it kind of, I'm level 17 here. It's put me in with 2 80s and a 40, so you can match up with higher people. But the 80s and the 40 could have went into so many more dungeons than I can, as this is the only one available to me. So I'm very fortunate to be matched with these people. I'm just going to perform the best I can. People can vote to kick you. This game, I find the community is pretty good. No one really kicks anyone unless they've been AFK for like 10 minutes, or they're just being lazy, sitting back and letting the group, the leeching of the group, then they'll get kicked. Or if they're just mean, you know, if they're just chucking comments out saying people are doing rubbish damage and all that, people will just be like, kick him, we'll get someone else. That's what I find, at least. So the community is pretty good. There's a lot of elitists, but there's more anti-elitists than it is elitists. So I do love running these dungeons. I think because it's a random dungeon queue, you have, oh my, you basically have 3 DPS, healer and a tank. So A healer's only level 40, so I can't really have a go in for not healing me because he's a warlock. Warlocks don't really heal that well in this game in general, but they mostly heal really good when they're high level. So I can't really blame him. Unfortunately, Gust, or was it Goose? I can't really see his name, but that guy I'm assuming is the tank, which is what we need very bad right now. And he's disconnected. I disconnect a lot from Neverwinter servers, which is a pain, and most of the time it happens once loaded into a dungeon. But whether he will come back or not, I mean, I don't know. He could have turned off his whole Xbox. But you have to wait at least 10 to 15 minutes into an activity like a dungeon to actually be able to kick anyone. So by that time, if he's not back, voting to kick will happen. But I think that's a fair time to give someone, honestly. I mean, you can't expect people to wait all day, but 10 to 15 minutes is good. That's enough time to get your Xbox back on and sorted and whatever. Probably run to the shop in that time. Oh wow! I literally just got like one shot hit then. I'm so grateful that I am with a big noob. So as you can see, oh wow, okay, vote to kick a start against him. It must be like 10 minutes. I don't know how long we've been in here actually, but I feel like they're kicking him a lot sooner than I could have imagined. So whoever's voting to kick him is German. It's really hard to tell because in the Pharrell people, at least that's how I think their name is pronounced, they're a team. Just because of the names, you know. We got Tail Treader and Hunted Hawk. So he must be helping his mate level, which is very kind of him. So usually it'll say looking for reinforcements, and we'll get a tank joining now. But I think because it's not an end game and it's a random queue, it's not doing that. Though I kind of think it should be. Either way, without a tank we should be okay. The boss will be the most difficult part. The bosses are pretty tough when you roll in with a level 17, you know. So, but I do my best to output damage. Doesn't help, I don't have like all my mounts and companions on that I usually would. The damage would be a lot higher. Due to me doing this free to play thing. It just ain't happening, you know, my damage is going to be pretty weak. But it's expected. And realistically, I'm just doing the standard damage you would do. It's only that I'm used to doing more damage than I'm used to. Oh no. So for our Tail Treader, I just quit the group basically. Probably for good reason. For some reason, I feel like it's glitched and we're not finding reinforcements. So this may actually be an abandoned dungeon run, which is gonna be interesting. I mean, sure, it isn't great for a video, but it shows that these things can happen. I feel like Hunting Hawk is about to leave. His friend's gone. So yeah, most dungeons have 3 bosses, and this is the first boss. He's pretty easy. The last boss is the hardest boss, always. I am injured on this number. Didn't even realise it was terrible of me. So I'm out putting as much damage as I can. I'm doing just random rotations. I'm just switching, and as long as that boss dies, we're good. Okay, so that's the German. It's health. It's help. I learned that from Neverwinter. How nuts. Oh wow. Okay. Good end. They're strong in the dungeons. They are strong. I mean, a few hits and I'm a goner, so this is why a tank is usually perfect. I do find these dungeons aren't very well balanced for lower people, which is quite annoying. But let's see my damage. So you click that select button and click on Y, views the scoreboard. Oh wow, so I'm actually, even though Tails Treader left and he is a healer, I'm doing more damage than him. And DPS should always do more damage than a healer anyway, but because he's on 40, I thought he'd be out damaging me. But yeah, I'm doing okay. These people only do 1.2 mil, and I'm hitting 900k. So I'm keeping up damage wise, which is pretty cool. It's just unfortunate my survivability is nowhere near these people's. That Bob can take hits, you know. Pops his rage, increases his damage and his health. It's crazy. Oof. Come on, extra. Battered him. So yeah, whether I complete this or not, I don't know. I think after I defeat these enemies, I'm actually going to abandon the instance and end it there. Because it's taken quite long. I don't want this video to go for an hour, especially if we get to the boss and we don't complete it. Either way, it's not been a successful dungeon run, but I will do one in the future. So yeah, hopefully you guys can understand that. But for episode 2, I think I've done quite well. I've been into XP doing this anyway, just killing stuff, so it's pretty good. So I'm going to abandon this. Okay, I'm going to help him kill these people first. Okay, I'm dead. So I'm going to release and I'm going to abandon this one. Yes, because no one is joining and we're going to get to the boss. It's going to be a whole waste of time, which is really annoying. So I've experienced that way too many times to know how that goes. So I'm going to learn about seals, which is what you get from dungeons. They can get you some good gear. So end game dungeons is what gets you the best seals. So anyway, that's it. Level 17, I've done pretty well. Yeah. See, it's only 50k to get into an uncommon, which is pretty good, I must say. Either way, that's for episode 2 of Neverwinter. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been an hour. It's been long. And next episode, hopefully it'll be a bit smoother. I'm just going to do the Joseph Link there storyline and hit Black Dagger runes. That's going to be the video, episode 3, no matter what level I am. Level 17 is pretty good to end off on though. So, I'll catch you all later. Thank you for watching. It's been your boy Carrot. If you liked it, give it a like. I need to go and get a drink because my voice is dead. So, catch you later.